877-876-7445.
Clint Hill, a Secret Service agent assigned to Mrs. Kennedy, said he's dead.
This flash from Dallas. 2 priests who were with President Kennedy say that he is dead of bullet wounds.
Here it is. Flash, Washington. Government sources here in the Capitol say President Kennedy is dead.
There were obvious ironies in the lives of the Kennedys. On August 30, 1964, Robert Kennedy stood before the Democratic National Convention to remember his brother John.
When I think of President Kennedy, I think of what Shakespeare said in Romeo and Juliet, when he shall die, take him and cut him out into the stars, and he shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. But I realize, as an individual, and really that as an individual, and even more importantly, for a political party and for the country, that we can't just look to the past, we must look to the future.
Then, on the night in San Francisco, 4 years later, destiny pointed his finger at Robert Kennedy.
Oh my God. Senator Kennedy has been shot. And another man, a Kennedy campaign manager, and possibly shot in the head. I am right here. Rayford Johnson has a hold of a man who apparently has fired the shot. He has fired the shot. He still has the gun. The gun is pointed at me right at this moment. I hope they can get the gun out of his hand. Be very careful. Get the gun.
As Bob eulogized John, now Ted stood before mourners at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City.
My brother need not be idealized or enlarged in death beyond what he was in life. To be remembered simply as a good and decent man who saw wrong and tried to right it, saw suffering and tried to heal it, saw war and tried to stop it. Those of us who loved him and who take him to his rest today pray that what he was to us and what he wished for others will someday come to pass for all the world. As he said many times in many parts of this nation, to those he touched and who sought to touch him, some men see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not? Our God is marching on. Glory, hallelujah. Without exception, radio still has that elusive power to tug at your emotions, to make you part of the scene. This is Frank Knight. Thank you on behalf of the Longines Symphonette Society for listening to this chapter in the living history of our times.